Good evening, everyone. It is a wonderful Saturday, and I am Agalya, and I'm going to host a session on bullet journaling. I've heard that most of you are content collectors. You will be those who will be based with YouTube and TikToks and various other platforms. I understand. And today, what I'm going to talk is about bullet journaling. And to give a brief introduction about me, I was a visual facilitator, and I'm still a visual facilitator and a visual coach. This has been happening for the past 10 years. And my job is to structure unstructured thoughts. Whatever is cluttered in your mind, my job is to structure them properly and take it to the clients, take it to corporates who are building vision, who are building their next 5 years goal, 10-year goal. This has always been my job. I do a lot of mind mapping, graphic facilitation, and a lot of visual practices. And as I was going through it, one thing that kicked me is I didn't have any platform to record these, to track these. It could be my past, it could be the present, or the future that I was focusing on. I somewhat felt there was a dearth in keeping these whole into a document, and because that will help me move forward, is what I thought. For which, one of the practices that I loved, I do use a lot of whiteboards, I do use a lot of hand maps, hypertiles, everything, but still one of the key aspect that I loved and one of the best practices that I carry, which I'm going to talk to you all today, is bullet journaling. And this is my journal. I usually have a A5 size journal so that I can carry it handy in my handbag, laptop bag, everywhere. And I try to have them light as well, so it's easy to carry. This journal, I would say, is also the way I see bullet journaling is it is not a perfect self of you. It is a self where you keep experimenting. It's a self where you keep planning more and putting all your ideas and thoughts in and tracking them day by day, month by month, year by year. So if you see my journal, my 2020 journal was different. I had a lot of vision and hopes, but post-COVID, a lot of things kind of got into the way and a lot of events being cancelled. I didn't have much hope for this year, but what I thought was I have to keep the positive vibes on. So usually when I start a bullet journaling, the first page I do is like this. I set an intention for the year, the intention that I keep repeating every year. And pretty much I keep this intention at the start of the year itself. And I also keep it to, let's say, a funnel system, which is starting from a year log. Bullet journal usually has 3 logs. One is the year log, and the other one is a month log, where you funnel it and narrow it down a little deeper. And then finally comes the day log, which is the 3 set of things that we're going to talk about. And there are also other interesting materials we'll be talking about. The year log looks like this. So January, February, March, April, May, June. So from July, I started this particular journal. Till June, I had my previous journal. So you see the other set having got populated till October. So from November and December, I might have to fill up on what or are the appointments that I have, what are the sessions that's going to come, events that's going to come. So I just keep populating them. This is my personal self, is what I said. So all my, whatever is here I've marked, let's say in a 4th of September is a PMI session that I was doing, and 9th of September is something, 26th of September is something. I have my own way of collecting these. And like I said, bullet journal is of 3 segments. One is year log, month log, and day log. The other one, the overview perspective here, is to, let's say, track the past. What I was a year before, what I was a month before, what I was yesterday, what I was last week. And bringing yourself, pulling yourself into this place of this is what my present is, and this is what my future is going to be. Tracking the past, focusing on the present, and planning the future. So it's 3 different stages. On that note, having said the year log, There are certain categories that I have, and you might have it differently. You might want to do it in a different way as well. I set goals as well. So for a goal, let's say this is the place I want to get into. What are the milestones that I have to take to get into this place? So I set a place for this is what my goal is. This is what will make me productive. So to set that goal for that year and to have a page which I call it a dream page. I don't go here often. In fact, the first 6 months of it was populated. The next 6 months wasn't. And I also have a space for affirmation and manifestation. The difference I would say is affirmation is something I tell myself every day and I write it down. If I have to do it differently, I will also write that down. And manifestation is what I ask. What I ask, so because the minute I start talking about it, it's also like putting into the universe of what you believe in. So affirmation and manifestation is one of the page. And I also have some place for my favorite quotes. And let's say this is my July start month log. A month log looks like this. For some people, the month log can be even bigger. For me, I just keep it to one page. And I said again, what this month looks like for me. There is a lot of food in this page because I did a food trip. And this photograph of mine is also related to it. And what are the days, like I said, whatever you see here in July, this is what comes here as well. And what does these days mean? And what appointments do I have? What I have to be doing on these days comes here. The next is the most important one, which is the day log. I keep day logs like this, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this way, I just track the complete week. I have my set appointments done already. And as I move on, I also keep populating. Let's say July was sometime I took a long break, so most of it is not done. Whereas if you see my August log, my August log is pretty populated. So this is how a month log looks like for me. You can do it differently, and I also tell you what are the other ways of doing it. And following which, like I said, bullet journaling is all about tracker. I do three kinds of tracker. One is a habit tracker. The other one is books, journals, and podcasts that I might have to look into, and things that I might have to purchase. And when it comes to habit tracker, again, mind, body, and soul, how do I have it? Your habit tracker can also be something like how much of water do I drink in a day? It can be as simple as that. I mean, how many kilometers do I run? From the workout point of view, or is there any habit that you want to inculcate in yourself, and how do you want to track them? In which case, habit tracker looks like this. My habit tracker looks like this, and I'll also show how my habit tracker in the July looks like. See? So there is 3 habits that I want to inculcate, and how regular am I in doing it? Once in a week, twice in a week, how? And then the other one I have is the podcast and book. What are the books that I want to read? What are the podcasts that I wanted to go through? What are the materials that I might have to purchase? And I have 2 columns. This is my very important column, which is a brain dump. Any idea that I get, any quick idea that I wanted to get into, think about, look into, everything will be in here. So whenever there is a space for me, there's a space for me here somewhere, I bring in one of these ideas and see how I can implement it. And when I'm talking about it, it could be very much simpler. For example, it can be like connecting with someone, talking to someone, pushing some idea forward through some person. So brain dumps are wherever you have cluttered thoughts, you just dump them. Wherever you think this idea might work, this is a thought, because we all have that moment where ideas do come to us, but we often lose them as well. Recording it is a brain dump page for me. And I feel grateful page is not something I'll go monthly on, but I'll do it yearly. And here I will brief on what is that one story that I feel grateful about? What is that situation? What was I put through that I feel grateful for? I keep writing it. And whenever, it was a low day or something, I get back to it. And I also have income tracker. Income tracker, I will position them as income, expense, invoices, pending payment. So if you see my bullet journal, I can tell you that mostly whatever important things that happen in a month, I just log into this particular journal. And this journal gives me a complete flexibility of how I should be moving forward, because I have the record of what I've been tracking. Okay. And then we did speak about month logs, didn't I? I told you about month log. If you're a person working in any IT organization, or if you're a person who will be taking too much of calls every day, there is another way of putting it as well, which is something like this. If you can say meeting, description, action, and follow-ups. So what is the meeting that you have for the day? What are the descriptions about the meeting that we have? And what are the actions we will be taking? And whom do we follow up with? Is there a document? Let's say, you have a meeting today, a client meeting today, and the meeting is about, which is the description. An action item is whatever came out of the meeting. That will be the action plans, and follow-ups will be something more of the document that someone said they will send it to you, or something you promised you will send it to them. So these all can be calculated in one. And if you think this is not enough space for you, then positively you can take it in something like this as well. Just a minute. Something like this as well, where your tracker is pretty fluent and very flexible. You can have how many ever number or space you want, how much ever space you want, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it just depends. I keep populating them as and when I go. And the idea was to draw this whole journal with you for November. But given the technical glitches that we have, how I'm planning to do is November is just a basic sketch right now, what I have. It's for November. This is my month log. As you already saw what my year log looks like. This is my year log. This is how it looks like. And this is how I thought of designing the whole November with you. And post this, again, just like how I did my tracker here for the day log, I'll be taking again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are exactly the work I have, when exactly is the appointment that I do have. And I will just track them to the next one as such. And every month again, like I said, July, I did a food trip. August, I was looking for something new. So I used, let's say, I use something like this as my month log. So if you want to be creative, it's up to you how you want to, draw, scribe, put some origami, stick some papers, or dry some flowers, stick on it, and or have some photographs, make a collage of it. It's all up to you how you want to do your logs. But if that log represents something about the intention that you create for that month, it will help you to push yourself forward to work more on that. Because every time you open the journal, that's the first page of the month that you're going to see, and then you're going to the next month. This is more a motivational space. This is also not a perfect space. So if you are critical, or if you do any mistake in this book, it is just yourself. It is all about yourself. And the more mistakes you do, you're going to be perfect the next time you're meeting the world. And that's how you see it. That's about the whole bullet journaling. Like I said, this is what I had in my mind for November, which I thought of working with you. My month log again goes in columns. But your month log, like we spoke, can be like this, or it can also be something, like I said, fluid, like this. It's up to you how you want to do it. But keep a track of it. Just track the whole past that you have. Have a hold of what your present is going to be. So today, when you're planning it, how you want to go about this. And as we close, I wanted to talk to you about something else as well. There are symbols that bullet journal has, and there is no hard and fast rule that you have to go through it the way it is. But let's say I'll start from down. A dot. A dot means a dot is a task that you have set. So when you put a dot and write something, it means you've set a task. And when you cross that dot, it means the task is completed. And when you put an arrow around it, it means the task is moved to the next day or some other day, but it's not happening today. And then you have something like a hyphen. So hyphen in bullet journaling as a symbol means that it's a reminder for you to go to another date and check what you have in page. What kind of appointments do you have, or what kind of work that you have thought you should be doing. And hashtag is always, it's highly priority important. And then you have event. So when event is the particular, let's say today we have this event of bullet journaling happening with content collectors. Here we will be, to me this day is also an event, and today morning we were doing a session with IFVP, so that is also an event. So today I had like 2 events back to back, and I'll be having one more after this. So to me, I have 3 rings, which is an event. And when you write something and cross it, it's not happening anymore. If you're moving it to some other place, it's the arrow. If it's a note to some other day, it's hyphen. But if it's not happening anymore at all, then it's a cross. These are the basic standard template that's used in bullet journaling. You can use and be flexible however you want to carry this forward. So that's about it as a content that I have.
So Agalya, before you sign off, or before you end the session, just a couple of questions and relating to bullet journaling. So what if I don't have, I mean, we saw the images that you showed and they are just brilliant. Mm-hmm. What if I don't have the kind of design or the drawing capability that you have? That's question number 1. Second is, can I do this in a digital form? Is there a digital version of bullet journaling, or do you recommend doing this with a pen and paper?
First thing, I'll do the last question first, where you say, do we have to do it in pen and paper only? One of the reasons for doing it in pen and paper is I somewhat feel we all are very productive with digital platforms, but we still connect with analog more. That's very much my personal perspective. And especially when you write and when you keep going into it, you can do it this can be done in a whiteboard, but if you are doing it digitally, you will have too many apps that you might have to accommodate in order to create this complete tracker. This I feel is comparatively simpler. Rather than relying on too many applications and softwares to track yourself, just taking your notebook and having it with you all around, a small notebook or the size that I have, it depends on how you want it. This is comparatively simpler because applications of software technology is there to make life simpler. But the more you wanted to log into it, especially when it comes to investment trackers and expense trackers, how safe are you with entering those data in another database? It's totally a call, but there is nothing like an application that bullet journaling has come up with, because since it's journaling, nobody has taken that initiative. Mostly everyone recommends is a notebook, and I recommend it too. You will see the difference when you get a hold of it. And to come to your first question, which was about the artistic skill, I'll tell you there is no artistic skill. You just saw 1 page or 2 page. I'll show you my September where I was totally occupied. This was what it is. I just said hello September. There is nothing. I didn't draw anything, or even my October for that matter is just hello October, because if I have the space, I will get in there and do it. And you create these trackers because you have the necessity to create these trackers. It's not just I might not have an habit tracker, or I may have an habit tracker. I don't have to have a podcast or a book tracker to go for a month. It's just up to me. I can make it a travel tracker as well. I wanted to do these many places for this month or for this year. It's totally our call, however we want to make it. Whatever tracker I showed as something that I personally followed and it worked for me. And however flexible you want to be with these trackers and creative or not, it's a logbook. Just treat it as a logbook, a place where you check in. But when you check in emotionally as well. You don't check in just as a checklist. You check in emotionally because this is a place which is you, and you are a person with intelligence at the same time emotion. At the same time, you have your own gut feeling and fear. So have these and make it more personal. The more personal you get into it, the more you will be able to explore yourself. Like I said, it's an imperfect place. And the more imperfect you see yourself here, coming out of it, the fear is gone. Coming out of it, the apprehension is gone. And you'll face the world with much clarity, is what I feel. Because you're just putting everything down and you know where it's going. The unstructured thought of this is confusing or unclear is not there. You have some clarity and it has its pros and cons, but you have the clarity. Now going forward, what you're going to do. So.
Okay, so that actually answers part of my next question, which was about bringing, because now we're living in this world where we have, in a world where we have so many things to manage. There's work, there's home life, and you practically have to find time for everything. So does it mean that if I have to start a bullet journal, I need to set aside 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of my day to create that book? Or do you use it as a way to plan the rest of your life?
Rest of the life is an ambitious thing, I would say, to start with.
Okay.
But
okay.
just start it for the day, start it for the week, and just build it up for a month. Take a book, start it for the day of how you want today to be, or what are the what is the structure that you're giving today. So today morning when I woke up, I had a structure for the day already. The structure might work the same way or it can be flexible, and you might also want to be flexible. Just record them as you go, because it gives you a check-in of you're doing this, you're not doing this, you're doing this, you're not doing this, and keep seeing that something you've not done, or should you have to push things forward. It just gives you a motivation at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, come again with the second part of it.
So it's basically about So let me ask this in another way. It's basically, where do I start in a world where I'm overwhelmed with so many video conferencing calls, so many work assignments, personal assignments. Where do I start my bullet journaling?
What is the tomorrow for you, Ruben? Considering 24th of October, what do you have in your plate, if you can tell us?
It's a Sunday, so I'll be sleeping most of the day.
But you still, is there anything like, you've kept something for Sunday? You will be sleeping, you will be hanging out
there would be there'd be certain things, like I'd be cooking or I'd be visiting somebody or something like that. I get what you're saying. So essentially it is about starting off with that 1 or 2 activities that I'd be doing in the next day, right? So
positively, that's where the tracker comes, because to me, Sunday is where I concentrate more on my tracker. Like, can I take another 15 minutes workout? A little bit, take another 10 minutes, meditate. So when I do that, I come back and I say I've done it. So it's like, it just gives a fulfillment as well. So which also motivates me. So Sundays I can keep it for this particular activity. It becomes a structure.
Okay.
When every Sunday you keep doing it. So last Sunday I did it, I'm seeing it. So this Sunday I would again try it. And maybe then you will do once in 4 days, not once in 7 days. You will find some time in between as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so just tomorrow, whatever you have a structure for yourself, and whatever you're doing it, log in. Just try to log in. This is how the pattern of my day looks like, and this is what my pattern of week looks like. Monday to Friday looks like this, Saturday and Sunday looks like this, or Monday to Saturday looks like this, Sunday is specifically for this. Try to structure it and see how it is working for you. Like I said, you don't have to criticize yourself or be hard on yourself anywhere, because we are all doing all the best work that we could every day. That's how I see it. But the critical part, the inner sabotage always keeps saying, this is not done. So you do 7 logins and only 2 you have completed. It's okay. So don't be critical on yourself, because that will make you get away from the book. The more you see that you've not done something, you feel like, you're failing it. So that is an attitude. Don't have such kind of attitude when you get into it. That's the first thing. That's the first mental block that you have to remove. And the first thing that you have to do is by day check in and see how your structure is, how your yesterday looked like, how your yesterday and today are different from each other. See that pattern and then structure yourself.
Okay. So if you could summarize what you just said, I'm sorry, but if you could just summarize in a step-by-step way, if I was to start off my bullet journaling journey, what is it that I need to do first? Okay, obviously first I need to get a book, and then I need to sit down and start doing it. So what next? How do I start that journey, and how do I continue it?
Okay, let's say tomorrow, just keep a tracker for you. Anything that I suggested is fine. Or if you want to keep your own set of tracker, go directly to the week logs, where just draw a column like this, Monday to Sunday. Just partition the whole page into 7. Or if there is another way that you want to do it, like I said, if you're holding a meeting or anything, partition it this way, where your Monday to Saturday comes like this. If you want to be more descriptive, to me, everything is the agenda. Everything is step-by-step part. But here, if you see, every step has action and reflection. So if you want to act and reflect on each day, or not necessarily it has to be in one page. Your Monday can be a complete page by itself. See how it is happening. Tomorrow, if you want to start, the first step will be is go for this log, because this is a log that you will get into. A week log is always something you will get into for sure. And Monday is going to happen this way, but you have something for Saturday, or you have something for the next Saturday. In that case, just count the number of pages. Count the number of pages and go to that page. Just write down and say, this particular activity is happening. Partition. Maybe you can do more, like Monday and Tuesday in one page, Wednesday and Thursday in one page, Friday and Saturday in one page. See how that particular week goes for you. If there is something in November, so I have already certain appointments in November. The way I have noted them down is on the 31st of October, I have done all stuff that I have to do for November already. So when I do my November log, I will know these are the things I have to carry forward. So yes, my November is also somewhat booked. When it's 15th of October, I have some plans for November as well. But I created in the last page of October so that I carry it for November. Here, if you say it's the first step, just go for the week log. Week logs are always helpful. And once the week log, you think, you can take it into practice, the next thing you will go for is the tracker. Tracker could be more than your official work, more than your personal work. It's about you. It's about your habits that you want to inculcate. So when we say productivity and mindfulness, trackers are productivity, which you see backward and forward. And mindfulness is you are taking the time to logging in to this particular one. So that is where you will have a different perspective as well. You might have a different perspective as well, or you can be more confident in doing whatever you thought is right as well. So it either gives you a strong hold or it gives you another perspective. We just jumble between that.
Okay.
I have one, like a lot of questions, but this is the main one. Do you have different, like you said, there's a daily login, weekly login, monthly, and do you have different books for each?
No.
Same book, you partition it?
Okay, let's say I do bullet journaling workshops every month with my participant, and whenever I do it, the first year logs will be done in this December. For 2022, I'll be doing 2021 December. I'll do all the year log. Year logs are nothing but just putting the calendar in here, and how you will be filling them up is as and when you pass by. So, like I said, my November is not done yet. My October is done. My November is not done yet, but the template is already ready. The template is ready. And certain other thing which I go on a yearly basis is also goals and dreams. And yeah, like I said, affirmations and certain quotes that I think works for me. And monthly, what you have to do is just this one page. And you don't have to be creative as I am. You can either just do it with the photographs, or like I said, you can. My September, I'll show you, is as simple as, it's just, this is my month log. I didn't even write any dates because my year log is all done. My year
Okay.
log had all the content for September. I didn't actually use something for September separately. What is very important is for you to go through this. So that's why I said if you want to start with this page. Week log is today. You're going to talk about today. You're going to talk about tomorrow, day after. You're going to track yesterday, day before yesterday. So this is a place where you go.
Okay.
So
So it's better to
year logs
start
are
off
done.
with.
Yeah, year logs are done before the starting of the year. And
Okay.
month logs are done before the starting of the month. Day
Month.
logs is as and when you go.
Okay. So talking about, I mean, seeing the layouts, I think week logs are simpler.
Mhm.
Like
Like it's
we can just,
simpler in
as
the
in
sense
just,
month log is not very difficult or year log is not very difficult. It's just 5 or 10 minutes if you spend in a year to make a year log. That's all you would need.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think you answered
Yes.
my question.
Anything else?
Not from my side.
Does anybody, any of the participants, does Harika and Spice Girl, I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
I think
So
that's
you can just,
Trisha.
hi Trisha and hi Harika, welcome to the Content Collective
Hi Ruben, hi
meetup.
Agalya, and that
Hi.
was really good. And generally we tend to forget ourselves on the personal development, but this is like really new, and definitely we're gonna try this. It is so interesting, your logbook and week wise, month and the year ones. So clearly, we got. I mean, personally, I really loved it, and the insights what you gave in is really good, and the
Thank you,
way
Harika.
Ruben is hosting it is really good.
Thank you.
Right, thanks Harika. Trisha, do you have any questions? You've been on mute and silent. Maybe you can just unmute and say hi so that we know you're there. Hi, Trisha. Okay, I guess she's a bit
It's
shy.
okay. I think she's busy.
Yeah, that's fine. Usually on our meetups, we get everybody to say at least say hi. So that's why I was requesting her to say hi. Anyway, so I think if we don't have any more questions, and one last thing actually, Agalya, if you mentioned that you do monthly workshops. So if you do have sessions, maybe you can talk about it here because we'll be publishing this video on our social handles as well.
Okay.
So it's a good way to promote some of the sessions that you do, and I'm sure others would benefit a lot from it.
Sure. The other workshop of mine is at 7 to 8 today, my bullet journaling workshop, where actually will be, in fact, if the technology had worked well, I would have been working for one of the November journal as well. So for November, how do we actually do the log? What am I going to do is what you will see. And there is a community that I'm building with bullet journaling because to get into the practice, like you said, Ruben, it's being really difficult. People think it's interesting, but to inculcate that practice, it's being difficult. So every month, an hour, I will have this workshop where I will be doing my journal, and there are participants around the world who will be participating in this. People from different part of the world. One of the reasons for having it 7 to 8 is people from different part of the world can also, meet up, catch up. It will be afternoon for someone, evening for someone. Today, 7 to 8, we have another bullet journaling workshop, which I usually do. And I don't know when we will have it in November, but I'm positive it is the third or fourth Saturday. And
So
once that is,
how do people sign up or get to know of it? Can they reach
if
you
you
somewhere?
follow me at Noun and Verb in Instagram or Agalya GS, I wish I could just share my screen, but the minute I share, my whole thing gets hanged.
Why don't you
My
try
system.
one before?
Yeah. So this is what.
Yeah, it's sharing.
So these are the handles that you can connect with me, if you can already see it.
Yeah, so I'll just read that out just in case people are not able to see. So the email ID is nounverb2019@gmail.com. So that's NOUNVERB 2019@gmail.com. The Instagram handle is @nounandverb.com, nounandverb, not .com. So NOUNANDVERB, that's the Insta handle. And you can just look for Agalya GS, that's AGALYAG space S on LinkedIn.
So either if you follow me, Agalya GS at LinkedIn or at Noun and Verb in Instagram, you will be able to find my updates on everything, but also that includes bullet journaling. Like I said, this is something I am taking as part of an initiative to inculcate the habit with people who are struggling, because everyone can attend a session and I can also have a workshop every month, but having it for free and having it accessible for all is definitely, at some point you're going to get hold of it. It might take a month or 2 or 3, but definitely you're going to get hold of it. And if you can start working as and when I work, and how you will have questions as well, so we can discuss, and there are a lot of people who will be working with me. Some already know how to do a journaling and who are just working, because it's one time we sit 1 hour, we connect and we talk and we work. And at the same time, they have questions, they share questions. If they have ideas, they share their ideas. It's pretty collective. And it happens every month, third or fourth Saturday, 7 to 8 p.m. IST.
And totally free of cost. That's so
totally
nice.
Free of cost. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Agalya. It was a great session. I think for people who do not know what bullet journaling is, I think it was a good introduction for them. Of course, your workshops, when they attend, people would learn a lot more and get into the groove of doing it, because I remember I had started and done workshops on this, and then it just falls through the cracks and you just forget. Although I follow some of the practices, I don't do it as religiously as you do. So I think it's a great initiative that you started, and I think in a world where we are so connected yet disconnected, such initiatives really help. So thank you once again. And as you know, the meetup happens every month. The whole idea of the meetup and the Content Collective is to help each other out. And sessions like yours and the work that you do is exactly what we are wanting to do. So thank you so much. And we will look forward to more sessions from you in the future, and possibly you joining some of the sessions that we have and the meetups that we have. So thank you so much. Great having you. Thanks to all the participants. We will see you at the next meetup.